It's Tuesday night swim, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Big swim.
Lately I've been out here somewhere hugging a tree. Connected to satellites out here searching for peace. I can feel.
All right, so we got the one and only Tuesday Night Swim jumping off the porch with us for the second time. Welcome back, bro.
Hey, it's amazing to be back. Before we even get started, I have something I want to say. To all light beings, if you can hear my voice, if you can see me, if you can experience this podcast episode, I want you to know that you can break your subconscious loops. You can heal yourself. I am an example. I am here to show you that you can break out of those mental chains and you can break free of the matrix. The code to break free of the matrix is 001 0110 001 0110. The time is right now to free yourself, to change your life, to upgrade and connect to God right now. And only you can save yourself. Peace and love.
No, well said right there, man. How you feeling today too, bro?
I feel alive.
Yeah.
I mean, any day where you're alive and you have the power to experience life, it's amazing because you are in control of your reality. You have the opportunity to choose how you perceive life. You can choose to perceive it as hell, or you can choose to perceive it as heaven. So every day that I'm breathing and I'm able to hug a tree and I'm able to be a father to my children and be able to see and smell and touch and all these things, it's amazing.
Yep.
And I'm always gonna be full of gratitude for stuff like that.
No, I feel that, man.
So yeah.
Now, I'm sure a lot of people are watching this and saying, why are we in black and white right now, man? And this was by your request, man. Can you break this down? Why are we filming this in black and white?
All right, so what people don't understand is that a lot of these devices, a lot of lights, blue lights, red lights, are programming our mind into the way that we perceive things. When you turn it into black and white, your brain is being reprogramming, learning how to adjust to what it's seeing. So instead of giving you all this color where you focus on my tattoo or my chains or just my outfit or something like that, I'm giving you my direct message. I did this test with myself, so I know how it works. I had switched my phone to grayscale, which you can do on the iPhone, for about 40 days while I did a 40-day water fast. And what I learned is that I got bored with being on social media. I got bored of seeing porn. I got bored of seeing certain type of things that are normally stimulants and that release dopamine. And as I did this test on myself, I noticed how my mind would always constantly look for dopamine. It's like you might think that your phone is going off, but you check your phone and there's no notifications, right? Or another thing I did with my wife is that with her dopamine, when she got off of social media, her mind was subconsciously looking for dopamine, that she got to the habit of checking her emails just because it needed that dope. It needed to be stimulated. And so with the black and white grayscale, what I'm doing is I'm showing you how to reprogram your mind. Sometimes you have to disconnect to reconnect with higher self, with God, with you, so that you can understand who you are authentically. Because most of us, we think that we are what we are based upon our subconscious programming, which starts as a child or through this lens and what we see, mass market media. So you think that you're this real street nigga, but truly you're just a child of God. And you've taken so much time disconnecting from who you are authentically that you don't know who you are. Most of us, bro, what's crazy is that most of us know so much about the world, but we don't even understand our body. You don't understand how you feel after food. You don't understand how you feel after exercising. You don't understand how you feel after receiving certain information to the point where you are completely numb. You don't even know yourself. You might know the name of your flesh, but you don't know what it's like to be aligned with your spirit. So that's what this is. This is grayscale. I'm showing you what you can do for yourself. Go into the settings of your phone, go to accessibility, and switch the filters over to grayscale. Give it a week and you'll see what changes. You'll see brain fog will go away and you'll be able to think clearer. And not only that, that will create new patterns. After you break this subconscious loop, it would create new patterns that you can take on, such as like meditation, hugging trees, because I'm a big tree hugger, and exercising, and being conscious of your food. All these things control your mind and control how you perceive your life. So you hear all these conscious people, these woke people saying stuff like, oh, shift your reality. And it sounds like, you know, a sci-fi film. No, It's the truth. You can change how you perceive life by breaking these subconscious patterns, and it starts with something simple just like this, grayscale. There you go.
And what triggered this spiritual journey that you've been on lately, man?
It started for so long, bro. I've spent my entire life thinking that I was a victim. Why is this happening to me? Why am I going through that? And then 2020, the mass awakening happened where we were inside, and something about myself, something from God told me to just look out my window and just watch the trees. And then I got into meditation, and then I started understanding how to process grieving the people that I love. And it taught me to have more appreciation for life. And so I know this is a little sideways rant, but this process made me want to connect to myself. And every time that I put something in my body or I participate in something that isn't beneficial to my spirit, I have to go through a purge stage. So the 40-day water fast, people said I couldn't do it. You're gonna die, you're gonna do that. But I know who I am. I know what God created. I know that I am one with our Creator, which is not a man in the sky with a beard that looked like Santa Claus, which is not just through religion or through your pastor, it's through yourself. You find God through yourself. So when God speaks, you have to deprogram, strip all this bullshit out your body and connect. The only way that you can directly connect to God is by purging the things in which you think created you or are you, in a sense. So that's what it was. It was just a search for wanting to know who I am by dealing with the things that I experienced in life, like death. And I don't know, I wanted to feel better. I wanted to love my life. I wanted to stop waking up every single fucking day like I gotta die, or I wanna die, or I'm suffering, or I don't wanna live like that no more, bro. So I decided to connect to God through myself, because going to church and going over here and hearing them tell me about God, it wasn't working. It just felt like a facade. It felt like I had joined a cult, and I'm sitting here giving this power to this person like he's a president or a savior, and it never brought me closer to God. It was always like a limitation. Oh, I gotta give this, or I gotta do this, or I gotta go to church every Sunday. What about Monday through Saturday? How can I connect to God if church ain't open, or this and that? Like, it didn't work for me. So this brought me closer to God. Meditation, hugging trees, stop trying to be a real street nigga. Stop trying to be a people pleaser, or what I like to say, a dick pleaser, because we really out here trying to impress men. So these type of things I had to strip so that I can connect to God and be my authentic self. And that's where I'm at with it. That's why I do it, because I want to be authentically me at all times. This is not a facade. If you are low vibrational and you don't understand what I'm saying and this shit don't resonate, it's not for you. You're not ready. I'm speaking to the people who need this, who want to know how to change their life, who want to know how to glitch out the matrix, who want to know how to stop feeling like shit. This is for you, and this is what I did. I'm living proof. And you can do it too. Don't follow me. Don't think I'm your savior. You are your savior. Don't idolize or worship me. It's you. Go through you, yourself. That's it.
And how much, or let me say, what did you learn about yourself on this journey, man?
I learned that I'm beautiful. I learned that, bro, I'm into my emotions. I learned that I love hugging trees. I learned that I love to cry. I spent my whole life thinking that it was weak crying, only to realize that being empathetic, being able to shed tears has been my superpower my whole entire life. I'm not a bitch because I don't cry. I'm a bitch because I'm trying to people please people and think that my emotions don't matter. So I learned I am me, how to be authentically me. If I need to cry right now in this moment, because I'm going to. I have nothing to hide. That's what I learned. And then I learned, other little, superpowers that I have, like astral projection and, how to change my avatar in which you perceive, or different things like that. But we won't even give you that. You're not even ready for that. We won't tell you about quantum leaping. We won't tell you about the law of attraction, the 12 universal laws. We won't tell you about the Hermetic principles. We're not gonna do that right now. But I'm dropping these little seeds so you can ask yourself, what the fuck is that? And then you do the research and you find out what it means for yourself, because I already knew. I took the journey. I'm still on the journey. I'm still working things. I'm still peeling back the layers of the onion. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Sorry if I'm talking too loud. I'm extremely passionate right now.
No, that's good. Passion's great, man.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're fully healed right now?
No, I'm not fully healed. It's a process. I won't be fully healed until I complete my mission. My mission was to save the world through my children and through my experience. I'm a full-time father. I run to meditate. I run 5Ks, half of marathons. I cry every single time. I suffer within, but I'm not suffering no more. I'm not choosing that. I'm not choosing to hold it. So am I fully healed? No. But it's part of the journey, because I'm breaking generational curses, bro. I am the only man in my family on my mom's side that is married with their children. I am a full-time father. I am showing you the family structure and the way it should be. The healing journey has only just begun. And I'm here at the front because a man, a leader leads from the front. I don't sit in the back and be like, yo, you go do it. No, I do it so you can repeat the behavior, and anything that I fuck up, you do it 10 times better. I'm Michael Jordan at this shit and you gotta be LeBron. That's how I look at my children. I'm not gonna be the billionaire in this lifetime, but my children will be. They're gonna take this message that I'm giving y'all and they're gonna heal the world with it by healing themselves, because I'm still creating trauma on them. Our parents were children, right? So we have to forgive our parents for the things that they did unconsciously, subconsciously, that they gave to us. We have to forgive them and perceive them as children, because this is their first time living this lifetime as who they are, and they did their best. Same thing with us. I inflict trauma into my children, but I do my best to not repeat the same trauma that was given to me. That's what matters. So yeah, that's
what do you mean by that? How you inflict trauma into your children?
So for example, like no matter what you do, you're gonna experience trauma. It's just like muscle in the gym. If you go to the gym, it's gonna be a struggle. If you start at a 10 pound to 100 pound, it's gonna be a struggle. So at some point you have to tear a muscle, right? So with my children, if my son wants to stay up to 3 a.m. and play video games and I tell him no, and he still gets on the game, I might scream at him, why are you getting on the game, right? But that might create trauma, because now he feels like he can't trust me. But it's better than what my father did when he walked in the room and, right? So it's rewriting that. But I have to still understand that I'm doing my best. I'm still a child. As a 36-year-old man, I am still a child. My flesh is 27 though, but my spirit is 36. You'll understand it. No matter what, you have to experience trauma in this life. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. The thing about it is you have to understand why you go through this trauma. You have to understand the process. You have to understand why you suffer from depression. You have to understand why you were molested. You have to understand why you were poor. You have to understand why you were addicted. You have to understand all these things. And once you understand them, then you can stop it. You can't repeat the pattern. I can't go around and punch on my son like my father did me. I can't go around talking to my kids the way my mother talked to me. I can't do that shit, because I know how it made me feel. So the best thing I can do is try my best to make sure that I don't repeat the behavior, bruh. Like literally, I can't talk to my son the way that my mom talked to me. But sometimes, because of my subconscious programming, I might say, bro, what the fuck you doing? Like, yeah. But that might create trauma to him, because that's his experience. We don't know how he emotionally deals with things, or how he takes it in, just like my parents didn't understand. They just knew like, oh, well, my father did this to me, and either I'm gonna do the same because it turned out good for me, or I'm gonna do my best to not do it because it didn't work out for me. That's the same thing. We all just have to do our best. It's part of the 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word, take nothing personal, and always do your fucking best. That's Christ consciousness. Always do your fucking best. And that's all I can do, is do my best. So yeah.
No, that's well said right there, man.
Sorry, bro. It comes out so passionate. It's so, yeah.
Now, we last had you on the porch in 2021, and I understand like you took a few years off from making music. What was the reason behind that?
Oh man, hey, they gonna blackball me again. Hey, one of y'all favorite DJs ran off with my money, and I wanted to bring back I wanted to be part of the new branding or the new wave of a Atlanta legendary mixtape circuit. That's the best way I could put it. And when you idolize certain people because of their position or who you may think that they are, when you see them in person or you experience them maybe on the business side, things don't always work out as you want them to be. And I was like, damn, here I am thinking that this person is going to hear my music and they're gonna fuck with me because that's how it was introduced to me, only for me to do what I gotta do, pay this amount of money, do this, put diamonds in my mouth, because I'm thinking I'm the next wave so I can invest in myself, I can take the leap. And I took the leap only to be crushed and then be blackballed, because once I started speaking about it on social media, my algorithm changed. People started unfollowing me, no more messages back, this and that. So people ran off with my money, took my ideas, gave them to bigger artists, and then I had to deal with it. And anytime I reached out like, hey, what's going on? This and that, no comment. Or I send somebody like my brother T Hood, hey bro, you think that you could talk to this person and see if you can get in contact with this person and we see what it is? I got all the screenshots. It's on social media. I'm just not gonna do it here because I don't know y'all affiliation, out of respect. But it's just sad that someone who's extremely talented like me, and I'm gonna exalt myself, extremely talented like me, got ran off on by someone that he thought was extremely great at what they did. And so that put me into a place of depression. Not only that, the deal that I had taken, it was like a 360 deal where niggas wanted to control my music that I put out. Then I get offered a deal from a record label that's big in Atlanta for $50,000. Oh, if you don't sign this $50,000 a night, oh, you'll never be nobody, this and that. And I had to think about for myself, like, if I take this $50,000, am I okay with being a slave or being behind these artists that are subpar just for the fact that maybe I can write them a record or maybe this opportunity may arise? I got tired of being the yes man or the little bro. So I turned down a deal and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna find my own way. 50,000 wasn't enough to change my children's life. I had 50,000. I blew 15 on my teeth. All these things, investments that I did for myself, by myself, my own money. T Hood helped me put these diamonds in my teeth. He showed me how to get the money. I did it, I took the jump. Only for these niggas to shit on me, bro. And so it made me say, fuck this shit, it's all a facade, because most of the rappers that y'all idolize and that y'all believe and that y'all wanna be like, you get in a room with them and you'll see that everything is an Airbnb. That chain ain't even theirs. That car is a car from Turo. The only thing that they paid is the cameraman, and they didn't even pay him the whole deposit. I realized all this shit and I said, I don't want to live my life. How can I walk around being a father to my children, being an entrepreneur, having multiple business? How can I walk around living a facade? This shit is all fake. Every single thing that you see on social media is all fucking fake. And I'm telling y'all, I've been in a room with your favorite rappers to see that these niggas sleep on couches, to see that they live in a 1-bedroom apartment with their baby mom, but they're known for hits. They're known for all this money. It's all fucking fake. It's not real. The only way that they end up getting their money back is by making investments, by pinching off that little bit of money that they got from the label. That shit is all fake. We have to stop glorifying this shit. We have to break out this programming. We gotta stop participating in this shit because it's all fake. It's mass marketed bullshit and people are spreading propaganda. None of these rappers that y'all believe are lit, are really lit in real life. None of them made investments. Most of them are sleeping in the same place as they homies, and it's no disrespect, because if that's the life that you want to live, sure, but don't think that your talent is a waste of time because these fucking people are your competition. They're not. Follow your heart, follow your spirit, and don't take the deal for some bullshit where you become a yes man on a bullshit label. That's just the truth. That's why I stopped. If you go listen to my mixtape I dropped 3 years ago, it's called Revenge. I talk about this whole situation because it was fuck the industry. I got paid for all my shows that I did. No label, no deal. I've been living my life slow. I haven't had a job in 10 years. Me and my wife make it. You don't have to time the deal. You don't need the fake bullshit prop money that they show in the music videos to live a good life. All you have to do is live within your means. All you have to do is break the fucking subconscious loops. That's it. Sorry, I have to give you all, bro. I gotta give you the all. I can save somebody, bro. So yeah, that's why
I feel like people got to hear this, man.
100%.
Yeah. But you recently returned. You dropped your
Yes.
new single. Where you at, man?
Yeah.
What brought you back then, man?
Because my talent can't go to waste. I'm in a space where my music is here to save. I'm in the trenches. Ask me how I meditate in the trenches. It's a subconscious place. It's a place where we view our life as hell. So how do you meditate when you live in a trap? How do you connect to God when everything in your world is on fire? I felt like it's my calling to give authentic music, to talk about consciousness, to talk about spirituality, but not in the, spiritually conscious, like, nah, not like that. I created a lot of these niggas swag. So I can take conscious music, spirituality, and I can make it something that sounds like you listening riding a Gunna or Future or Thug. I can do that. I've always had that gift. So if you listen to the music that I'm putting out, I put it out to save you. You're used to hearing trap music, but when you hear this, it's gonna feel like you listening to trap music. But when you pull out the words, you realize that it's a story in every single line, every single bar, every single hook, every single bridge is a quote that can save your life. It curates and it resonates with your spirit when you connect. So that's why I'm back. Highly spiritual on the way.
Yeah. And what was the inspiration for this first single?
So I'm gonna give you the truth. So after each one of my children, my wife went through something called postpartum depression, which a lot of us men, we don't take in consideration. And there's a reason why a lot of people who have children out of wedlock, they don't last together, because us as men, we stay the same. We don't understand what a woman is going through when it comes to postpartum depression. So the relationship becomes so rocky that you think that she doesn't love you the same that she did before. So therefore, y'all split. You go find what you want in this world or what you're lacking in this relationship, and she goes figures out what she needs to do. So where you at is about dealing with my wife or being on my wife's side while she's going through this postpartum depression, and still having to be centered, still having to love her, still having to just be by her side and show her as a husband that even though you're dealing with this, I'm gonna be here and deal with it with you. We're gonna do it together, because that is the foundation of family. You don't just, oh, you not fucking me every day, so I'm gonna leave, or, oh, you said, no, bro. This is supposed to be your wife. If you have a child with this person, this is supposed to be your wife. You have to understand that y'all supposed to build a foundation so that when your children see you and see y'all go through this shit, y'all can work it out. And I'm not talking about abusive relationships. I'm not talking about shit like that. Like, y'all shouldn't abuse each other at all. Like, you shouldn't put your hand on your lover. She shouldn't disrespect you, and you shouldn't disrespect yourself or disrespect her by accepting those type of patterns. I'm talking about understanding what she's going through, knowing that you can't understand it, and having empathy. So this song, Where You At, WYA, it's about being mentally in the trenches, but still being aligned, still following my journey, still meditating, still being positive, still holding down the fort, still loving her, still loving our children. That's what this is about. But it sounds like, a little tune, nice little vibe that people can vibe to, for sure.
It's very catchy, that's for sure, yeah. So Highly Spiritual is the name of the project.
Yes.
What should we expect to hear on it, man? Break this down.
Man, you're gonna hear tears, you're gonna hear pain. I know my archetype. Finder of all the light, bad bitch with trauma habits, energy automatic. I took some time to heal, stop taking all them pills. I found my higher self, working out in the gym, releasing all the trauma. Stop searching outward when you know God is inside of you. It's stuff like that, like 40-day fast, I'm focused on healing now. Authentic, I listen to spirit now. A lot of light, they don't wanna, like, come on. Like, it's all about me giving authenticity and showing you how to heal. But see, when people hear this like spiritual journey, bro, or hear like meditation, everybody think that you gotta be so positive. No, that's false spirituality. It's not about just being light and, ooh, a brother, peace and love, namaste. That's facade, bro. That's bullshit. Real spirituality is about balancing your light and your dark, knowing that your ego protects your light. But you have to authentically be one with your light while being one with your shadow at the same time. So in this project, you hear all the positive shit that I'm talking about, meditating and 40-day fast, but you also gonna hear the times where I wanted to die. You're gonna hear where I was dealing with drug issues. You're gonna hear where I thought about cheating on my wife. You're going to hear all this shit because this is true authenticity. This is true spirituality. The highest frequency is authenticity. Higher than love. Being authentically you at all fucking times is the highest frequency, the highest vibration. If you don't understand what I'm saying, there's two ways in which you can perceive the world. High vibrational, low vibrational. There's a new term going around called the new earth versus the old earth. New earth is all positivity. You got people hugging, stargazing, sun gazing, fasting, going into vegan, alkaline. That's the new earth. Then you have the old earth. Old earth, you tune into politics. You controlled by the mass market media where they have you thinking that cops is killing all these people and the world is going to end soon and the 4 horsemen and the Jesus is coming back and rapture. That's the old earth. Jesus is already here within. So this project shows you how you have to be in tune with both the light and the dark. You have to own and accept both about you. I say it all the time, bro. I am a demon who was sent here on earth to be a savior of myself, to be positivity. Trust me, if I could be truly what I was sent or what I thought I was sent to be, well, I would have killed so many people. I would have killed people I love that hurt me so much. And it's so beautiful because my wife saved their life, bro. Literally, we talking about hours away from killing people who stabbed me in my back. And my wife got in the car and she said, I'm coming to Georgia with you. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like my whole plan, like literally goes out the window. Like, bro. But I realized that that demon that lives within me was sent here to protect my wife and my children. You show up at my door and announce I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna eat your face, and then I'm gonna keep you alive, poke your eyebrow out and eat it. That's how demonic I am, but I use that to protect. That's protecting my light. But when you see me out in the world, I know how to love, bro. I can give you a hug. When we done with this, I'm gonna hug you and I'm gonna tell you I love you because we have a certain connection. Even if you're not acknowledged of it, even if you may not understand, I'm gonna tell you because I appreciate being able to experience you in this world. We walk past so many people, bro, in this world that we don't even just say, I love you. Every single person serves a purpose, bro. Besides just this social media shit, just the fact that we both know T Hood. That right there, we have our own relationship. That median, his existence, without his existence, I may not know you. But now we know each other or know of each other or know something about each other. And I can have gratitude for that. So all this highly spiritual, in simple terms, highly spiritual is about being aligned with your spirit, knowing that you can be one with your light and be one with your darkness. And those together create balance and true authenticity.
Mm-hmm. And what do you want the fans to feel after they listen to this album?
I want them to feel empowered. I want them to feel like they can save themselves, bro. I want them to get out all the trauma, all the healing, strip all the bullshit, the real nigga, I live in a trap. Get rid of that shit killing us. I want them to come out of this knowing that they can save themselves. Because only you can save yourself. And that's what this represents.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You also started your own podcast, Highly Emotional.
Yeah, the Highly Emotional Podcast. It's a sacred space for people to unpack their childhood trauma, cry, overcome depression, rewrite your programming, and just tell you the shit that the world ain't gonna tell you, bro. Like, tell you that us as men, we suffer, bro. You know that we lead the suicide rate. Like most of us, man, we are suffering, bro. We are literally pretending like we are made of stone. My podcast is sitting here to show you that, bro, you don't gotta do that shit. Let that shit out, get over it. Release it. Don't hold on to it. Don't internalize it. I'm not saying get over it, like just get over it. I'm saying like address it. That's the only way you can heal yourself, is by addressing it. So the Highly Spiritual podcast, we went crazy on social media, over 40 million views. I do group meditations on top of Stone Mountain. I go to speaking events. I hug a lot of people. I cry with a lot of people. I wrote a book called Only You Can Save Yourself, where you can use the steps that I use to save my life, starting with addressing your trauma, forgiving yourself because you accepted your trauma as your identity, forgiving the people who put trauma on you, and then, like I said, walking in your true authenticity. So the Highly Emotional podcast, you can type it in anywhere, find it, and if it aligns, it aligns. So yeah.
And you mentioned 40 million views. Did you expect that type of response?
I didn't, bro, but I'll tell you this, like with music, it's always been the thing where I felt like I had this, oh man, I want the right person to hear my music. They're gonna love it. Hopefully it sounds good to them. And then with the podcast shit, I just, like one of my homies, his name is Calais. He created a company called Shred Skins, $1 million company. But one day he came to my studio, I was letting him listen to my music and we were talking about fatherhood. And he said, bro, you need to get in front of that camera and you need to talk to people because people need to hear this shit. And so I was like, whatever. Then somebody else told me like, no, bro, you need to get a camera, cut on, talk to the camera, give it to the people, whoever it aligns with, it aligns with. I've never felt confident about anything else in my life except for speaking like this, bro. I uploaded one clip, literally one fucking clip, bro. It literally went viral overnight. I woke up 20,000 followers, 30,000 followers. Bro, I had Cher, Rosie O'Donnell commenting on my shit. Like the content that I posted, I didn't even think it was that big of a deal. We're talking about so many people commenting and I was like, damn, this is what it feels to like walk in your truth, like really speak to people and not feel like, oh, what if they don't like it or what? I don't give a fuck if you like me no more. I'm not here for you if you don't like me. That is what it is. That doesn't matter. But when the shit blew up, I was just like, this is what I gotta do. I gotta do this. I locked in for 3 years. I had the lady who created The Matrix. I had spiritual leaders in the conscious community. I had polymaths. I had so many people just come willingly, bro, willingly. No, oh, send me a deposit and I'll show up. It's like, nah, bro, I fuck with your message. I fuck with your story. I'm there. Hey, bro, come meet Billy Carson. Hey, bro, come to this event. Hey, bro, like literally, I've never felt anything authentic and it just popped. And it's still to this day. Like I uploaded a clip on my music Instagram. This shit is doing numbers right now just because I talked about how we don't have to suffer no more as men. That is authenticity. I didn't try. I just uploaded it. I just spoke how I'm speaking now. I uploaded it and the people are like, yo, this is what we need to hear. And that's what I did. And it took off and I'm grateful for it. And now it's become my life path, really. So, yeah.
Why do you think it's resonating with so many people?
Because a lot of people are fake. People are tired of this, bro. Let's be honest. You can't tell me that for the last like 5, maybe 10 years, music has just been mid. You'll listen to a project for, let's say, 2 weeks, maybe a month. I'll give you that, right? You listen to it and it just gone. It don't matter. It might be a great project, but gone. The thing about it is like people are tired of the same bullshit. They're tired of hearing niggas rap over everything that's trendy. They're tired of hearing people talk about fucking bitches and scamming. They're tired of that. People want something that is authentic. So when you hear God speaking to you, you align with it. It speaks to your spirit. You have no choice but to listen to it. That's just what it is. It's authentic. It's true. It's not fake. I'm not doing here to say, I said it before, like, bro, I'm not here to be nobody's savior, bro. I'm only here to just speak my truth. And if I can save you by teaching you how to save yourself, then that's what it is. Mm-hmm. But I think that people are tired of hearing bullshit. People are tired of suffering. People are tired of trying to find love when the world is promoting being a city girl or blowing this bands or he gonna take care of me. That's bullshit. That's not the family structure. You build it from the ground up. You look at our ancestors, indigenous cultures, they built together. A woman didn't bring a banging ass body and pussy to a man and he's like, all right, I'll give you everything. That's bullshit. If you dating a woman like that, you gotta cut her off. That shit dead. So everybody wants true authenticity. We're tired of the bullshit. We're tired of the false programming. We're tired of the false narrative. We're tired of being just simple bullshit people because this is what they're feeding us. You don't have to deal with that no more. It's out here. The information is out here. It's not just me. There's a lot of speakers. Check in the Guru, Bashar Channeling, Billy Carson. There's so many people that you can just pick up the information, go down a rabbit hole, go on your journey of hugging trees, grounding, and I promise you, you'll come out the other side a whole different person.
What makes you hug a tree?
I've never had anything love me I've never had anything love me unconditionally. My whole entire life, I just wanted to be loved by my mom for who I am. And it's not a shot at my mom. But one day I got out in nature and I was just crying as I was grounding, took my shoes off. Like normally I take my shoes off in here. But something about my spirit just said, hug a tree. And I met a tree. Like this, like when I say stuff like this, I don't like saying it because my old programming where it's like, bro, you know, they're gonna say you making this up or lying. I met a tree, his name is Orpheus. I hugged Orpheus. He shared with me his empathetic emotions on how he has literally watched generations of human civilizations kill each other and destroy each other. I hugged it, it communicated back to me this. I felt the sadness within it. I shared my sadness, and then I realized as I was sharing it, it took everything in, and I felt renewed. There's also a scientific study on which I'm not gonna give you verbatim because I'm not a scientist, but there's a scientific study that hugging trees, grounding, all these things have the capability to help your cells, give you certain type of microbes, reprogramming and help you tap into meditation through hugging trees and heal you emotionally, like make you feel good, like in a sense of like dopamine, serotonin, stuff like that. That's what the scientific evidence of hugging trees is. But for me, it was just like, I did it and it was a sense of feeling like God hugging me. It was similar to the feeling I felt when I had died that we talked about last time on the last episode. We won't talk about that. But it was like just being in the hands of God. Being in nature, loving the water, hugging trees, grounding, staring at the clouds, sun gazing. All that, when you really tap into it, it just feels like God just loving you. And that's why I do it, to be honest.
Yeah. I saw you mention somewhere that you're highly spiritual, of course, but you don't pray. And that caused some, it stirred the pot a little bit, man.
Yeah, so I had said this. I don't pray because I believe that God is leading me at all times. When I was depressed and I was on lean and I was a real trap nigga and people pleasing and all this other shit, God was with me. It was me going against God. God was always telling me I was different. He was always telling me like, yo, these people about to get locked up, hop out the car type of shit. That was always what it was. And after always praying like, God, please let them fuck with my music, or God, let me get this money, or God, let me do this, or God, let me do that. And it either coming with a certain type of consequence or being too fast so it never lasts, I realized that wasn't meant for me. So instead of praying and asking God for something, because God is not my servant, I just allow God to lead me and just have gratitude. So I don't, oh God, please heal my body. I know God is always flowing through me. If I'm meant to be healed, I am healed. So I say, I am healed. I know that manifestation works through the power of my tongue. Vibration. Vibration is everything. So when I say things, it creates my reality. God is aligned with me. I don't need to ask God for anything because God is already giving me everything that I need at all times. I don't need nothing more. God is giving me every single thing that I need. And it starts with life. That's it. So why do I need to pray for a Rari outside? Why do I need to pray for this? There might be a lesson that I need to learn. So why am I gonna pray myself out of it? No, I need to learn this shit so I don't repeat that shit. So instead of praying, I'll just say, hey, thank you, God, for this lesson. Thank you, God, for this life. Thank you, God, for my wife. Thank you, God, for my children. Thank you, God, for my experience of life. Thank you for allowing me to be around the people that I've experienced in this life. Thank you. And doing that, bro, my life has been so fucking good for like the past 3 years. Like, I'm talking about to the point where I don't stress about nothing. My wife, she more like worldly. So she'll be like, the news said there's diarrhea out here, right? So she'll say some shit like that, and I'll see that shit, and I'm like, bro, God got me. I don't need to pray out of that. I know I'm protected, and if I get it, I know I'm gonna be healed from it because I know God is in control of my life. I just gotta enjoy the roller coaster ride. Mm-hmm. It's always gonna be like this, 6, 7, it's always gonna be up and down. Because that's what creates balance. If life was all positivity or all good and you had all this money and all this other shit, it would be boring. But then that goes back to another thing I always say. If you were the only human being on the planet Earth that ever existed, would good and bad exist? No. It would just be life. You would just experience these things, and that's just what it would be. So for me, I read this book by Michael Singer. It's called The Surrender Experiment. I'm dropping gems for you. Write this shit down. This is a fucking bar. Michael Singer, he surrendered to life. He was a CEO. I'm paraphrasing. He was a CEO of a corporation. He surrendered. All he wanted to do was just meditate. He surrendered, became a CEO, $1 million corporation, got out of that, created a temple called Temple of the Universe in Florida. All he does is surrender to God. Not talking about, like I said, not God in the sky, not God in religion, God, like universal God, all God. And it led him to every single thing that he needed to be. All he wanted to do, bro, is just meditate. That's all he wanted to do. He just wanted to build a shed, live in a shed, and meditate for his whole life because he fell in love with it. But he wasn't allowed to because he would always end up on these little side missions. And instead of saying, no, I want to just meditate or I want to do this, he surrendered and just started saying, okay, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. And next thing you know, bro, this man has saved, healed, wrote books for so many people. Once I read that book, I learned how to surrender to life. I just follow and enjoy it. If it's not meant to be, it won't be. But I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy all of it. Even if depression came back around, I'm going to enjoy it because it's a lesson. I'm there to learn. Earth is a school. Life is a school. So, yeah.
No, very true. And I saw you mention something where you said suffering is a choice. What do you mean by that?
Because the moment that you live in that, victim mentality, these are one of the stages of consciousness. The highest stage of consciousness is knowing that life is happening as you. I am you, you are me, I am God, as above, so below. Let me know if I'm talking above your head and you want me to explain it. But you giving suffering and attention, like literally, this is all you focusing on. I lost my brother several years ago. His mother, all she does is she grieves him. So her life is a grieving life at this moment. I love you to death, mama. But all she does is grieve him every day. So her reality is that. So if you choose to only focus on your suffering, you are missing all these opportunities. And I don't like talking too deep. I talk on my podcast about this shit because you have extreme people and I'm an extreme person, even though I hate extreme people. But you'll have somebody in the chat be like, so I got raped as a kid and you're telling me that? Bro, these type of situations, you use your situation and you save somebody by bringing acknowledgement, telling, I dealt with this. Awareness is every single thing. So if you look at it as like, I went through it, although it sounds fucked up, it was an honor. You say, it was an honor I went through this. And you could say, now I can save this person. That's how you rewrite that. So you don't have to focus on the negative things that you go through because that creates the reality that you perceive through your mind. You're going to only see negative shit. If my wife says, oh, COVID is happening or explosive diarrhea is everywhere and this and that, what you think she's going to see on her timeline? This is going to be the main focus. That's your feed in reality in real time. You focus on your suffering, your negative shit that you've been through. Literally, that's all you're going to see. Everything is going to remind you of your suffering. Oh, this song reminds me of my friend who died. So guess what? Every time you hear that song or a song like that, you're going to cry. That's going to be your reality. I always miss my dog, such and such. Instead, all you have to do is have gratitude. Hey, I'm thankful I got to experience this person because this person was extremely dear to my heart. That's how you get rid of grieving. That's how you get rid of living in a life of victim mentality or the lower level of consciousness. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
While I got you here, let's talk about T Hood. What was you guys' relationship like, and what was your opinion of T Person as a person, T Hood as a person?
So on the internet ran with the narrative that he was a monster. Although he's Big Zombie, Big Z, rest in peace. I didn't know him as that. I knew him as an Atlanta legend. I knew him that meeting him, he welcomed me with open arms. There was a time where we was in a club. These are all his niggas. I'm always just like, I'm a fly on the wall. I don't trust certain spaces. I'm super socially awkward. I have a lot of anxiety in the club, and so I was talking to him one day. He throwing money, laughing, having all this fun, and I walked up to him and I said, "Hey, bro, I don't know how you do it because I got to keep my head on a swivel because if somebody knocked me out, I'm gonna have to kill him." And he said, "Bro, when you know the power that you possess, you never have to think like that. If you know that you're amazing, you know that you're strong, you know that you're a man, you know that you are imperial, you know these things about you, you never have to worry about negativity. You never have to worry about someone doing something like that." So on the internet, these people making it seem like he's a bad person. You don't know what their relationship was. You don't know what they were both dealing with. And I'm not siding with no one because I got daughters. But one thing I understand is that we all been in certain situations that were so fucking crazy that we can all be painted as a monster. Man, woman, dog, cat, it don't matter what it is. Y'all can point the finger, but I'll tell you this. My relationship with T Hood, he was amazing. He inspired me to keep going, inspired me to put diamonds in my teeth because they didn't listen when I spoke before, now they see it when I speak. T Hood influenced me, inspired me to be what you see right now. Although we are nothing alike, I would not be here on this porch if it wasn't for my relationship that I had with him. Hey bro, hey, I fuck with your music. I wanna be on a single. Hey bro, you fire. Hey bro, you should sign with us. Hey bro, you a zombie boy. Hey bro, you mafia now. This and that. I know that. I know that T Hood seen my children and he said, "Your children are beautiful." I know that in the club, me and T Hood throwing monies at the strippers, that he talked to my wife and he said they shared a relationship or a conversation about his daughter. And he said, "Yeah, I miss my daughter. I love my daughter, this and that." I know him as a father. I know him as a creator. I know him as a legend, not the monster. So we have to stop following the antics of social media and letting them just paint a narrative. I don't think that he deserved to die. I don't think that he deserved for y'all to glorify it and make these motherfucking podcast episodes and call his mom and his sister. I don't think that that's deserved. I think that if you didn't know T Hood, whether it's this side or that side, then you should shut the fuck up. We have to stop doing that. Y'all have to stop demonizing people. His mother lost a son. His sisters lost a brother. And his daughter lost her father. If you don't have the empathy for that shit, you gotta shut the fuck up. He was amazing. Maybe not to you, but to all the other people who really knew him, nigga was fire. And he ain't even my best friend. I just know him through music. But I could see the light in who he was, even if he was dealing with his shadow, dealing with the zombie. So that's just the truth. Rest in peace, for sure.
Yeah. No, well said. Long live my boy Hood, man, for sure. Did you want to bring them up now?
Yo. I want to show y'all my family. I want to show y'all while I'm here. I want to show y'all why I wake up every morning and I run, why I meditate, why I speak the way I do. I want to show you that this is the family structure, and you can have this too. Break those subconscious loops. Come on. And you can have this life too if this is what you want. Come on. This is my children. This is my son. Gave me strength. My first boy. This is my little villainous daughter, Milan. This is my superstar singer, MJ. This is Mari, the genius. This is Shamela. Come here, you have a seat right here. I don't know if you can see her there. You can see us?
Check it out.
Look, man, we're here to tell you that this is the family structure. You grab a wife, you build your family up, you pour into your children, you rewrite your programming, you break the loops, and you love unconditionally. You lead from the front. This is my family. I do every single thing so that my children can look back at this and see what their father stood for when I'm no longer here. We're the Swims. And like I said before, only you can save yourself. Highly spiritual on the way. Hey, the code to break the matrix, y'all know? Y'all remember? 0010110. 0010110. 0010110. 0010110. Big Swim.
Nah, beautiful family right there, man.
I appreciate it.
You got any shout outs you want to get before we get to
Man, look, I want to shout out everybody. I want to shout out God, the creator. I want to shout out my family. I want to shout out my parents. I want to shout out, hey, y'all, DGB. I want to shout out T Hood. I want to shout out Mob. I want to shout out DeMayo. I want to shout out everybody who was, who had a hand on my project, Highly Spiritual on the Way. I want to shout out Peach State Run Club. If you are not a runner, hey, come out and run. It's hard at first, but it gets better with time. It becomes meditation. It's never too late to start. I want to shout out all the haters. I want to shout out that damn DJ that ran off with my money. It's okay, you didn't break me. I serve higher purpose. Imperial Swim. So when you see me, just know that you see God. And you cannot break me. You cannot control me. You cannot enslave me. I broke the chains and I rocked the diamonds with the pearls. So thank you. Hey, thank you to the people who stabbed me in my back, because without you, I would not be amazing. My wife saved my life, but without you, hey, I don't think any of this would have happened. So thank you. I appreciate you, and I love you. Big Swim.
Lately I've been out here somewhere hugging a tree. Connected to satellites out here searching for peace. I can feel my